Maybe a little bit, but I'm glad that we won. That's all I really care about. You know, you pass the ball when guys are open. I got to shoot a little bit more tonight, but as long as it all leads to a W, I'm good with whatever role I get to play.
How big was that sequence late third where, I mean, it seemed like you guys had lost control of the game, but then I think it was an 8-0 run that ended with your 3 free throws?
I don't ever think that, like, you lose control of the game. I think that this is a game of runs, and I think us as a unit, as a team, have to know that more than anybody, especially when 30's out there. Like, he can get us back in the game in, 2-3 possessions. So teams are going to make shots, teams are going to miss shots. You stay the course knowing that the end result is going to be with the Warriors winning.
Throughout the course of a game, how do you gauge what a game requires from you? Like, what's that process like?
I've been playing in this league for, 14-some years now. So I can tell. I know when I need to get my guys involved. I know when somebody has it going. I know when somebody needs to shoot the ball. And I think that's my job out there, get the ball where it needs to go. When I need to score, be able to do that. When I need to get to the free throw line, be able to do that. Get some stops and whatever the team asks for me to do. That's what I got to do. I think I've got a good feel of that because I've been doing it for a while now.
You've been in this league a long time, but you know what Draymond is defensively. But, up close, teammate watching him on a night like tonight, do you get a greater appreciation?
Hell yeah. I think you got to respect the hell out of what he does. And it's so hard to do. To shoot the ball, 4 times maybe, if that, and then just lock in on defense every single possession down and get mad when anybody scores, not just a guy that he's guarding. You don't find that around the league too often. And, he's won at this level. He is a Hall of Famer for a reason. I just respect what he brings to this squad, what he brings to this locker room, and how he affects winning in every single way. And when it's his night to score, he scores. But every single night, he's going to guard somebody.
Is there a specific part of his defense that you maybe have gained a greater appreciation?
And he just knows. He knows everybody that he's going up against, whether they're the star player, the third option, or the first guy off the bench. Doesn't matter. He's locked in, and he's never wanting you to help, which is, sometimes he does get beat, and he'll still get mad if you help. But he's just locked in like that.
Could you? You know what Giannis wants to do? He wants to get the ball. He's in the open floor. He can get from one end to the other end in 2, maybe 3 dribbles. That's really hard to stop. And when he had those possessions, you saw why. But Draymond Green understanding the game plan, knowing your personnel, but everybody on the team in general, everyone's building a wall. They were there for each other defensively, and that's how you win these type of games, which is a playoff-type atmosphere.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. It had a playoff atmosphere from the jump ball because they took their best defensive player, the Warriors did, Draymond Green, and put him on the best offensive player, Giannis. They were matched up one-on-one. And several times he got to the paint. Draymond contested, had a miss. He said he went 0 for 6. And it's a night where for Giannis, he was 10 or 15 from the free throw line. So if he does that, that's usually a 40-point night for him. Great one-on-one defense by Draymond.
No, it was great one-on-one defense, a great team defense. And at times, Giannis looks, I'm not going to say he's unguardable, but at times he's easily defended because you know what he wants to do, and teams will just sag off him, and he doesn't have enough confidence in that 15-foot jump shot, nor does he have the confidence from the three-point line.
Okay, that's tough to say.
It is tough to say.
Giannis is averaging 25 to 30 points a game in the NBA.
I get it.
So if it was easy to game plan for him, then he wouldn't be averaging that many points. Draymond Green, you got to give him a lot of credit because tonight, understanding what they want to do, you got to understand that, and then tonight be able to game plan for that, especially when you know you're missing one of your biggest offensive firepowers in Steph Curry. So you got to do a better job on defense to be able to guard their best players and also be able to score on the other end. I thought that Draymond leading that charge was important, but I thought Moses Moody coming into the game knew exactly what he was supposed to do with Damian Lillard as well.
But no doubt, in the playoff game plan, though, you could see the strategy here. No doubt you got to have great personnel defensively and a great team defensive concept. But in the playoff series, when you game plan for a guy like that, you can make it awfully tough for Giannis.
When I'm watching Draymond Green tonight, Bonte, that's exactly what I'm saying. Physically, yes, he's a gifted defensive player because he can move his feet laterally. He's got 7-foot wingspan, but his IQ, he knows exactly what Giannis wants to do ahead of time. He lays off him, invites him to shoot 15-footers. You saw the time when he didn't get the charge, but he knew exactly Giannis was coming at him. Draymond has an incredible physical attributes for defense, but his mind is as incredible. It shows in the scouting report. And I think your point's well taken because, yeah, he's going to get his points. Right. But when you can game game plan from, you know where those shots are always going to come from, it's a lot tougher for having to get his teammates involved.
All right, let's check out this tweet here by Stat Mamba for Jimmy Butler, who had a terrific night for the Golden State Warriors. He's the fastest player in Warriors franchise history to record 100-plus rebounds and 100-plus assists. Pretty impressive. I think Will was more impressive. He goes 11 for 11 for the free throw line, and he has the awareness to say, you know what, I have to clean up the turnovers. He had 5 turnovers tonight, which he'll look at the box score and say, you know what, I need to clean that up. But overall, what a terrific game for Jimmy Butler. Knowing that Stephen Curry wasn't in the lineup, knowing that he was going to have to pick up the scoring, and he just controlled his game in the fourth quarter, Bully.
And Bonte and Festus, he prefers to pass. He wants to set his teammates up. Like you said, Bonte, without Steph Curry, he knows he had to go play off Jimmy and get the points. But to me, it's his playmaking. You know, look at these wide open shots he's creating. Jimmy's the type player you can game plan for, but you can't stop him because of his multiple talents. His ability to score one-on-one, his ability to get to the paint, to create shots, and his ability to get to the free throw line. And this guy has been such an incredible impact on this Warriors team because not only are you quite a great player, you're quite a great player that addressed all your weaknesses. And this guy's just been incredible since he's been here.
All year long, we talked for the Warriors about who was going to be the second scorer on the team. You know Steph Curry's going to come out and score. Jimmy Butler, we've heard about playoff Jimmy. But this right now is when Steph is out the game, that second scorer became the first scorer on the team. And he can do it all. He can rebound the basketball. Jimmy can create shots for his teammates, which is a lot of what he did tonight for Gary Payton. We saw the shot right there. We see a lot of cuts from Moses Moody. He activates other players, gets them going. The bench is more efficient when he's on the floor. These are all the things. I think for the Warriors now, the next level to their game is if you can have Jimmy Butler, Jonathan Kuminga, Draymond Green, that defensive lineup and offensive unit, if they can find a way to get that going, they're still working on the chemistry. 5 turnovers, you said. He's still figuring out that chemistry a little bit. But if you get that going, that's really what your best game plan is going to be for the playoffs.
He's a great scorer. I think he's a better playmaker. And, Bonte, you talk about playoff defense. Think about trying to guard Steph Curry. They double-team Steph outside the three-point line. You know, because I think teams feel confident, you want to get away from him and he won't get it back. But now, teams are very reluctant to double-team Jimmy Butler at the mid-post because now you're really opening things up. But he just gets off the dribble. One dribble, he's in the paint, 2 feet. He's got the ability to go over the top and score it. But more importantly, look at those wide open shots he's creating for his teammates.
Yeah, GP2 with a big 3 there in the second half.
3.
Brandon Podziemski with 2 threes down the stretch as the Warriors close this game on an 8-0 run to improve to 5-1 on the 7-game homestand. They washed away last night. Last night's terrible loss to the Denver Nuggets, that's a thing.
Very physical. Without your star player, this is a game that you can walk away from with a lot of confidence.
You make 17 threes. You go 23 of 26 from the free throw line at 88%. And then fast break points, something the Warriors early on had struggled, 18-9, so +8 there. So they did all the hustle points. The turnovers, to me, I thought it was a reaction to the Bucks getting hot in the third quarter. Speeding up, trying to